And that's basically how I'm summarizing my Pirate Yakuza experience. The Like a Dragon series is known for its amazing balancing act between wacky shenanigans and serious stories. However, it feels like this game leans more on the wackiness compared to the others. Personally, I'm loving it. It's like RGG Studios gave us our very own pirate-themed theme park to just screw around and do whatever. But is this game for you? Find out in our review. RGG Studios gave us the much requested solo game of fan favorite Majima. We start off on a beach where we find Majima washed ashore, his memories lost. He was found by a boy named Noah Rich, who helps our protagonist recover from being half-dead Flotsam. Shortly after, the pair are threatened by pirates wandering the beach. Majima manages to chase them away. He then goes back with Noah to his home. There he finds out that there are Yakuza now stationed at Nele Island, and figures that going there will give him clues as to who he is and might be the key to getting his memories back. Majima asks the pirate captain of the pirate crew he beat up for a ride to Nele Island. As expected, that didn't go as smoothly as planned, but since he beat the captain, he's now in possession of a ship. Majima gathers a crew and goes on a seafaring adventure with Noah to get his memories back, and to show the little kid he owes his life to the wide world outside the little island he's lived in for most of his life. Honestly, I didn't really care too much about the main story in this one, as much as I did the other Like a Dragon titles. The last Gaiden game had the advantage of being very tightly tied to the main story and essential to Kiryu's character, whereas Pirate Yakuza's main story just kind of feels like a glorified sub-story. You could probably replace most of the main story scenes' music with a goofy guitar and cheesy emotional sub-story music, and it won't feel out of place.
外の世界見せると約束した男や。人の子に勝手なことを吹き込むな。
The pace also feels a little slow, with the first and second chapters feeling like it took longer than it did, although it could be explained by my propensity to gravitate towards doing side quests and stuff like that. But even without that, you only get to the meat and potatoes of the story near the end of the second chapter or the start of the third chapter in a story that only has 5 chapters total. However, the game does give us a colorful cast of characters to adventure with. We're treated to both new and old faces. It was a good thing that we did that look back on Majima's best moments, because there were some characters that I didn't expect to see, and they made an appearance and it put a smile on my face. Majima himself strikes a great balance of being both humorous and caring, as well as maniacal and badass. Much like Yakuza 0, we get to see more of the other side of Majima here, the man behind the madness. Although there was a story development around the 4th chapter that felt a little forced, so that they could have a little bit of extra drama to the story. I feel like if they characterized a certain person a little bit more, it wouldn't have felt so out of nowhere. While the main story feels like a glorified sub-story, it still does a good job of giving us a wacky setting to contextualize all of the Like a Dragon branded shenanigans we go through. The lovable, goofy side quests are still there, and they're filled with a lot of really colorful characters. One of my favorites is Majima getting pirate gender sensitivity training. It's one of those moments where you send a random screenshot to a friend and they'd be like, what the heck's going on here? Only a series like a Dragon can do something like, oh yeah, your favorite character is now a stereotypical pirate in modern times somehow. Have fun. And the fans will just be like, okay, understandable. The main story is definitely the weakest link of Pirate Yakuza, but it makes up for it in every other aspect. The gameplay gives us the tried and true Like a Dragon formula, but tweaked to fit our favorite eye-patched freak, who is also a pirate now. Let's start with the differences in the combat system. First and foremost, it's probably beaten to death, but jumping in a Like a Dragon game? Before GTA 6? Being able to jump opens up more interesting combat gameplay. However, since it's still the first time they implemented it, I feel like it takes a little bit of getting used to, both on the player end and the dev end. On the player end, I would unintentionally jump in battles when I wanted to sprint. And for the devs, I feel like they need more time to really sit with it, because I feel like they could have done more with a new jump mechanic, like more polished combo opportunities or unique heat actions. But they should definitely keep it, as this gives us more options for attacks and comboing in future action-focused Like a Dragons. Still in the realm of the combat system, Majima has his usual Mad Dog fight style, paired with a whole new fight style, Sea Dog. With this fight style, Majima dual wields cutlasses, right at home with a pirate theme. This style is very interesting. It might just be me since I played Dynasty Warriors just a few weeks back, but this style really gave me a mini Muso kind of experience. The fact that we can fight in huge groups now further enforces that feeling. Sea Dog has a more flowy kind of feel that makes it great for these group fights compared to Mad Dog and definitely adds value to the combat. The game also gives you various dungeons to explore throughout the game. These dungeons are filled with enemy pirates, and upon completion, will reward you with a treasure chest filled with, treasure, which gives you both money and reputation. You need both to upgrade Majima's skills and stats. The dungeons do give you a good bit of fun challenge, as you can't just chug bottles of stamina during these dungeons. You only have one dedicated health station, so you better watch your health and watch those enemy attacks. Now, what's a pirate without a ship? RGG provides a really fun pirate ship experience. Off the bat though, the one complaint I have about the ship portions is that traversing using the ship is a tad slow. I wish that they added options to upgrade ship speed, because the slow ship sailing portions were a fairly empty feeling part of the game. Maybe if they added more sea shanties, or maybe added a sea shanty minigame while you're just cruising the seas, the experience would feel a lot less boring even though you're sailing slowly. The ship battle portions are fun, and once you get to some point, it adds to the ridiculousness that the game is known for, because laser cannons and poop cannons on a pirate ship? Be for real right now, RGG. Even the greatest pirate can't man a ship by his lonesome. Behind every great pirate is a crew of efficient, cutthroat pirates and Yakuza ninjas, robots, and the Buster Holmes family? Some of your crew can be recruited through story progression, but as you can see with the diverse cast of characters we have here, a lot of the rest of your crew will come from the various sub-stories and minigames found throughout the game. A new recruit starts out at level 1. The crew gains experience either from battle or through gifts. Crew members have different stats that indicate whether they're more fit for a good old brawl or manning the cannons of your ship. Cultivating your crew and assigning tasks to them is fairly fun in itself, at least for me, someone who enjoys menu crawling in tactics games. Once a boss ship has been defeated, you board them to finish the job. This is where the crewmates come in because it's time for an all-out brawl. Again, like I said above, these huge group fights feel kinda Muso and I like it. I wouldn't be opposed to RGG including more of these huge epic fights in their games. Maybe even in a new Ishin type game? Muso RGG anyone? Now, like the previous Gaiden, we're also given the chance to customize our looks. We're treated to all of Majima's iconic looks, like Cabaret Manager Majima, Black Suit Yakuza 3-4 Majima, and of course, you're also given a chance to create your own OOTD. A ship is the reflection of its captain, so if the captain is dripped out, the ship should be too. You're given a lot of options to customize your ship as well. From the ship head, to the paint job, to the sails, you can truly make your ship your own. Of course, I had to go with the waifu Itasha, or I guess Itasen, because it's a ship. These customizations show up in cutscenes though, so if you don't want a touching scene ruined by a zoom out shot of your waifu ship, or a sudden panning to your One Piece cosplay, you have been warned. But personally, I embrace the silly. Like a Dragon's known for being visually beautiful, with its detailed character models and accurate celebrity portrayals. I mean, just look at Samoa Joe as Raymond Law, and Akiyama Ryuji as Masaru Fujita. The environments also look stunning. Hawaii is as beautiful as it was when you first saw it last year in Infinite Wealth, and this time we're also treated to the beautiful wide ocean surrounding Hawaii as we sail the open waters along with the dark caves where the local pirates lurk and the forests that surround them. The icing on top of the cake is that it's beautiful while still being relatively light on the PC resources, which is great after the depression I and my PC felt trying to run the beta of Monster Hunter Wilds. Just like their visuals, RGG is great at setting the mood with their music. That musical number at the start was a thing of beauty, frankly speaking. The mouse better watch out because RGG is trying to take musical animation away from them. RGG reuses some of its music, like some of the sub-story BGM classics. There are also new ones like the aforementioned musical number, the sea shanty pieces that the game provides for the ship sailing portions, and this very piratey cinematic piece as well.
子供に手出すのはダメでしょ。
We can't forget the karaoke. Majima classics come back like 24 Hour Cinderella and Shiawase Naraiya, along with some new karaoke pieces like the comeback song of everyone's idol Goro, 36.5 degrees Celsius no Taiyo, and a song about guilt eating at night, Midnight Desire. The voice acting is peak as usual, with Hidenari Ugaki getting the spotlight he deserves as a solo main character. It's amazing how he can make Majima sound like both the goofiest guy on earth in one scene and bone-chillingly threatening the next.
2日目は薬指や。もう結婚指輪つけれんようになるな。奥さんには俺から謝っとこか。
First Summer Uika also plays a very convincing 10-year-old kid. It's hard to believe that she also was a kame. Although, I did encounter this weird thing where the NPC randomizer went bonkers, and this really white dude named Graham started yelling Chinese at me. And hey, I shouldn't judge, maybe he's just taking lessons or something. Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii is a fun adventure. I wasn't really interested in the main story much, but I don't think it's bad, because it gave us the setting that made the out-there zaniness of Pirate Majima possible. Like I said in the beginning, the game isn't that serious, but that's also the beauty of it. We're just given this pirate theme park and the RGG devs just say, "Go crazy, kid." And like rabid 10-year-olds, we just do as they say. Is this game for someone new to the series? I would say no. There's a chance that a beginner to the series may like it, but there are better entry points to the series like Yakuza 0, Kiwami, or 7. The way I see it, this work is for people who know Majima and would love to play as our good old Aniki. That said, we're giving Pirate Yakuza an 86. Those were our thoughts on Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. Have you bought it yet? What did you think of it? What's your favorite part of the game? Let us hear it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, like if you liked, subscribe for more game reviews and other game-related content. This has been Game8, and we'll see you next time.
希望を彫像をいっぱい詰め込んだ